Tonight we're going to be looking at a brand new deck out of Supreme Darkness that is ARGS, and it is Argo Stars. This deck works with Silhouhatte, Rabbit, Apophysis, Swamp Deity, and Silhouhatte Trick in a way. But let's get right into it, and first off, looking at Audra the Laurels. It is an Earth Warrior effect monster, level 4, 1800 attack and defense, and you can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn. During your opponent's turn, if you control a continuous trap, quick effect, you can banish this card from your hand, change the attack of one face-up monster on the field to 0 until the end of this turn. If this card is normal summoned, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your continuous trapped cards and their effects for the rest of the turn, and you can banish this card you control, place up to 2 ARGS continuous traps with different names from your hand and or deck face up in your spell and trap card zone. Overall, a very interesting main deck boss monster, I would say, because of what it does. It allows you to get your traps out of the deck and onto the field, out of the hand onto the field, and protects them by having a blanket lingering effect, which I really do enjoy. So next up, we're going to be taking a look at the field spell of the deck, and realistically, it is going to be interesting. Home Stadium is a field spell, and once per turn, you can pay 1,000 life points, add one Argo Star card from your graveyard or banishment to your hand. Each time a continuous traps is special summoned from the spell and trap card zone to your field, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. And once per chain, if your continuous trap card activates its effects in the monster zone while you have a banished Argo Star monster, you can target this face-up card your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. So it's kind of like an infinite impermanence, but not really in an infinite permanence. It's just a monster negate on a field spell that deals damage if you summon stuff from your spell and trap card zone, or pay your life points to add a banished Argo Star card from your graveyard or banishment. It's a very good field spell for the series of cards for the deck, and honestly, it's a massive 3-of for it, which would definitely help out consistency-wise. So let's take a look at the first continuous trap card of the deck, being Tootle, the Purple Lightning. Being a continuous trap is very interesting because warrior monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can discard one card, special summon this card as an effect monster, Warrior, Light, level 4, attack 2000, defense 2000, with the following effects. It is still a trap card. Then you can add one Argo Star card from your deck to your hand, except Argo Star Tootle, the Purple Lightning. And once per turn, quick effect, you can place this card in your spell and trap card zone face up. Now, there's nothing mentioning that there's a hard once per turn on any of this outside of being soft once per turn, so it's definitely interesting to say the least. So far, even the field spell doesn't even have a hard once per turn, only a once per chain, so I expect the deck being able to bounce back and forth constantly throughout the whole entire turn to interrupt your opponent. So realistically, it's definitely a concept that needs to be explored and tested. So let's get into the next one for the continuous traps, because there's 3 of them. We have Capain, the Flying Swallow. It is a continuous trap, and your warrior monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. Once per turn, if there's a continuous trap in the monster zone, you can special summon this card as an effect monster, Warrior, Light, level 4, 1800, 1800. With the following effects, it is still a trap card, also still a trap card. Then, if you have any banished Argo Star monsters, gain 500 life points. Once per turn, quick effect, you can place this card in your spell and trap card zone. So this is just to gain life points and overall just try and get life points back that you pay off the field spell. But in my opinion, this is one of the weaker ones, so probably maybe a 1-of or 2-of, because your warrior monsters cannot be destroyed by battle, which is really useful in certain matchups, and I could definitely see it working out quite well. So let's get into the final card of this reveal today, being Eto, the Dragon Slayer. It is a continuous trap. Warrior monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can special summon this card as an effect monster, Warrior, Light, level 4, 800 attack and defense. With the following effect, it is also still a trap. Then you can have Then if you have any banished Argo Star monsters, you could return 1 card on the field to the hand. And once per turn, quick effect, you can place this card in your spell and trap card zone face up. So if you have Ito and Capain on the field, your cards become towers that cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. So realistically, you want these 2 out as soon as possible to stop your opponent from actually attacking into you. But this deck is super weak to things like Harpy's Feather Duster, Heavy Storm, a lot of the back row removal that we have. And realistically, I want to say that this deck is going to be more of an engine that you can run with something like Silhouette Rabbit if you really need it. Especially for a card like... I really don't know, because Silhouette Rabbit is really good with the deck, and I just feel like this is going to be a small, compact engine where you run 4 continuous traps, probably 1 field spell and 3 of the monster. But realistically, we need to wait and see what people do with the deck through testing and see how this whole entire thing goes over. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. But anyways, see you all in the next video.